Now I have Surinder here, who is also part of our charity partner, Cry Cardiac Risk in the Young. And as you know, this is exactly why we are doing this marathon, raising money, raising awareness for such a cause. Now, Surinder is here. Surinder, firstly, welcome to Sunrise Radio. How are you?
Thank you very much for having us. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Thank you.
Great. So, Surinder, tell us a little bit about why you first became involved with the charity Cry.
Yeah, so in February 2011, my youngest brother, Surinder Singh, he passed away basically in his sleep of sudden adult death syndrome. It was a couple of weeks after his death that actually Cry reached out to us and got in contact with us. So, and since then, we've never really looked back, really.
Mm-hmm. And why is fundraising and raising awareness of Cry so important to you as a family?
Gosh, where do I start? I mean, in all fairness, I mean, we didn't actually know about the condition. I mean, we kind of knew in the back of our minds that, you know, there was a kind of version of adult, you know, cot death out there. But until it kind of hit us, you know, personally and very closely, of course, the awareness was then kind of, you know, raised as to we should find out more about this condition. So through Cry and through bereavement days, through charity walks, you know, we you know, gained so much knowledge and obviously shared people's experience. It's just been, you know, it's been really touching.
Mm-hmm. And how has your involvement with Cry helped you as a family since the loss?
Yeah, so you know, when something, you know, so devastatingly tragic happens like that, you just think, you know, this is the only, you know, it's only us that's, you know, it's happened to, and you kind of feel very, very isolated. And of course it's not, you know, that's the obvious thing to think. And until actually, you know, you reach out through Cry, you know, and you meet people that have shared similar experiences, and through bereavement days, which I've attended as well, and the walks, you then, you know, hear similar experiences, and you just think, well, maybe I'm not alone out there.
Yeah.
And as a family, you can then share those experiences and make friends along the way as well, and just, you know, kind of almost lighten the load, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
but,
no, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know, you just mentioned these walks and stuff. What about any other fundraising or awareness events that you have been involved with, or something specific like the walks that you've done? Can you tell us a little bit more about that and how it works?
Yeah, so I mean, you know, with Cry, I mean, you know, largely they've had you know, correspondence through us, you know, on the phone. They you know, they reached us, you know, talking personally and getting us through. We also had to be tested as well in London, you know, for the actual condition itself, which Cry again helped organise as well. Just through the charity walks, you know, again, you just meet, you know, different people that have had a very, you know, similar experience like yourself. And I've been to, you know, bereavement days, on sibling bereavement days as well. I've attended kind of seminars and stuff as well. And it just, you know, it just makes you kind of, you know, share your experience in an open kind of way, rather than a forced way where, you know, someone kind of says, you know, talk about this experience, and you may not want to talk about it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know, when you go to a kind of a shared kind of, you know how people are going to be feeling, you know what their emotions are. So how they talk about it is entirely up to them, whether they say a couple of words or whether they completely open up with that experience. You know, it's really, really good to hear. And through Cry, you know, and obviously larger platforms as well, we're able to do that.
Gosh, it must be really, really hard. But I think with a charity like Cry, like you said, it gives you a support, so to speak. And like you also mentioned, it's not forcing you to speak. It's how and as you please, and how you get through those days. Which is quite nice to hear that. Surinder, do you have a message that you'd like to give our Sunrise listeners about why it's so important to help to support a charity like Cardiac Risk in the Young?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you know, it's brilliant, by the way. You know, firstly, you know, can I congratulate Sunrise Radio, you know, that they've actually reached out and partnership, you know, with Cry itself, because Cry, you know, from a charity point of view, you know, they can't do it alone, but through a wider platform such like, you know, Sunrise Radio. We've been listening to Sunrise Radio since we're small, you know, trips to Southall. So, you know, through the partnership, it's just brilliant. And, you know, you're not alone. When something so tragically, you know, devastating happens to you like this, you know, you would immediately feel alone. But then when someone reaches out to you and says, you know, we can offer you, you know, help, you know, emotionally, just to talk to someone, you know, that is in a similar boat to yourself. You know, I would always encourage, people to reach out and always find out about what help there is out there, because it's certainly got us, through, as a family. So definitely, look at your options and talk to people, because it definitely helps.
Oh, Surinder, thank you so much. I really appreciate you sharing your story, your emotions with us on this marathon, and we wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, Surinder. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sunrise Radio.